King George III. As a boy, King George was not very kingly. He turned in his toes and was lazy. King George wasn't worried about becoming king for a long time because his grandfather was king, and then his dad would be king, so he could be chill for a while. He liked to pull tricks on the people and servants in the castle. One time he put tar on his teacher's seat and got him stuck in it for a whole day. He didn't like doing his homework very much. One time, during a Latin lesson in Caesar, he wrote on his paper, "Caesar, I wish you would go to the devil," because he did not like to do the assignment. On March 20th, 1751, when George was 12, his father died. Everyone panicked because George was immature and not ready to receive the crown. What if his grandfather died soon? He had to go through a lot of training. He felt picked on because everything he was doing was wrong. George's grandfather died when George was 22. As soon as he knew he was going to become king, he started reading a book on how to be a king. George refused to be crowned king until he had a wife. He was presented 7 options. Most of them had very big reasons he didn't want to marry them. He decided that Charlotte of Mecklenburg was the girl for him, mostly because there wasn't anything weird about her. They were married on September 8th, 1761 at 9:00 p.m. During the wedding ceremony, Lord Talbot was supposed to ride a horse up to the king and pay his respects. The horse got confused and backed up into the king and queen, offering his behind instead. King George didn't want to get fat, so he ate healthy food in small portions. George didn't like profanity, so he made a law against using bad language. George and Charlotte had 15 children, 9 boys and 6 girls. This is only a part of the picture of their family. He made a zoo for his wife, one that had a baby elephant and a baby zebra. George thought mountains were useless. He wanted everything in order exactly the way he wanted it, no matter what. Don't ever, ever, ever be late. You should always be slightly early. When George made a promise, he always kept it, no matter what happened. George was very careful with money. Because of the war's debt, he became very concerned. After the French and Indian War, he decided to tax Americans to pay for all the money it cost England. These taxes led to the Revolutionary War. King George was shocked by America's response to his taxes. Of course they would need to pay the debts for the war England fought for them, but America didn't see it that way. In 1767, he tried to tax the Americans again, because of course he was stressed out about money. He was surprised to find that the Americans had dumped a fortune worth of tea into the Boston harbor. He decided they needed to be taught a lesson, so he punished them to teach them obedience. They didn't start obeying, though. They started a war instead. George's elderly years were difficult. He got a sickness that made him seem slightly crazy. He pretty much lost his mind. He passed away in 1820 at the age of 82.